Hi, I'm Damon, and today I'm excited to show you some new action figures from DC Comics Multiverse line. And these are retro action figures based on the Tim Burton Batman series from way long ago. I don't know if you remember, but I do. The action figures that were out for this movie were terrible, just awful, and it started a terrible line of Batmans of every color of the rainbow, and for decades you could not get just a regular plain old Batman. Anyway, that problem has been rectified with this new line of action figures. Let's take a look at them up close and then open them up and show you what they can do. Okay, let's have a look at them in the package first. We got our Michael Keaton Batman right here. Oswald Cobblepot as portrayed by Danny Devito right here. The Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman. Here she is. And, okay. First, let's have a look at the Michael Keaton Batman. Now they have these great, picture right here from the movie to show you how good the detailing is and the sculpt and the paint job. But, another little detail you might notice is that it says right here that it's for the adult collector. And that is designed to make, people like me feel comfortable picking this up and, taking it to the register, despite the fact that, everyone knows we have no children. We can't pretend that we're, buying this for our nephew, and you just don't have to anymore, because right here it shows that this is a legitimate thing for adults to spend their money on. So yeah. So anyway, go right ahead and purchase one of these, and don't even feel ashamed anymore, because the packaging tells you it's okay. So next, let's have a look at the Oswald Cobblepot up close. You can really see the detail is really pretty nice on here, and you can compare it again to the really great picture that they provide. Let's have a look at the Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman. They really did a great job for such small figures to really get the costumes just right, and the sculpting really looks like the actress. Alright, let's open these up, see what they can do out of the box. Look at that cape, yes, look at that pleather cape, beautiful. Alright, overall this Batman has great posability and playability because you've got a lot of great articulation points. Not every one that you want, but for this small of a figure it's got quite a few. You don't have bendable or twistable feet, but you do have bendable knees and a bending point on the leg above the knee that gives you more flexibility that way, and a ball socket hip joint that not only goes this way like you'd expect, but it also extends out so that you can have really good kick action. And you got, of course, the twistable waist, but and then the same kind of ball socket shoulder joint that allows for really good arm posability, and the bendable elbow and the twistable wrist. And for the right hand, you've got a great punching fist, because sometimes it bothers me when an action figure can't close his fists and he's just got to hold something. Sometimes Batman just needs to punch somebody, and that's what this action figure is great for. And then with his left hand, he can use his grappling hook or whatever other thing you want to let him use. The only thing really that he can't do is look up or down. He can only twist his head around, so that's one thing that they could have done a little better. But other than that, I'd say that this Batman is just great for posability and playability. A 9 out of 10.
I just love a big strong man who's not afraid to show it with someone half his size.
Side-by-side comparison of the new Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman versus the Anne Hathaway Catwoman figure from a couple of years ago. You'll see some big differences right away. The Anne Hathaway figure, it was decent likeness. I was happy to have an Anne Hathaway figure in the house, but honestly, the elbows don't bend, the knees don't bend, the waist doesn't twist, nothing. You got no posability on this other than the head, basically, and the arms raised in surrender position. Those are the two things that she can do. Compare that to the Michelle Pfeiffer, who Now, first of all, you've got a much more detailed sculpt and paint job, down to the laces on the boots, the zipper and the laces on the back. You know, and then you've got all sorts of posability. All the same as the Batman figure, plus more. You got the bendable knees, the twistable thighs, the ball-jointed hips, the ball-jointed shoulders, the twistable wrists at the glove, which is nice, and then plus above the elbow, a pivot point that lets you pose the arms even more than any of the other figures in this line. So, just really fantastic job across the board. I mean, which would you rather have? Right?
I am Catwoman. Hear me roar.
Alright, next up is Danny Devito as the Penguin. Right off the bat, you will see a really good likeness to the character and a good paint job, good sculpt overall. The same great posability and as the Batman figure, with the ball-jointed shoulders, the elbows and the wrists. For a character with long hair, the hair does not obstruct the turning of the head, which a lot of times it does. You can really pose the head in pretty much any position. The legs give you some good flexibility with the same kind of ball-jointed action as the Batman figure. And this rubbery coat doesn't get in the way. You can really do whatever you want with this figure. The one, you got your umbrella here. It doesn't hold into the hand very well. It always kind of falls out, but you know, it'll stay in once in a while if you don't touch it.
My name is not Oswald. It's Penguin.
You're not the mayor.
I am not a human being. I am an animal.
One weird thing about this that you have to point out is the height discrepancy. So you've got a penguin that is basically as tall or taller. With the hat, he's taller than Batman, back to back. And that's a little strange if you've seen the movies, because Danny DeVito, you know, no offense to the man, but he's not quite as tall as Batman. So maybe they just wanted him to be scarier, or maybe they figured people wouldn't spend money for one that was, you know, film accurate to the height. You know, but that kind of bugs me when you're supposed to get the characters and, you know, they should look a little more. But, you know, hey, whatever. It's not so terrible if you can just imagine the Penguin as a very tall person. Yeah, overall, I'd have to say this is probably, you know, about my favorite Batman action figure I've ever had. He's just simple and perfect and kind of basically just all the Batman I need. Uh-oh.
Kick your fucking ass! I want you off the fucking set, you prick!
Shut up. I'm Batman.
Oh, good for you! What the fuck are you doing? Are you professional or not? Think for one fucking second. Do I fucking walk around
Bruce Wayne.
and rip that? No, shut the fuck up, Bruce.
Shut up.
Do I what? No! No! Don't shut me up! What the fuck is it with you? What don't you fucking understand? Give me a fucking answer!
Don't you see? We're the same.
What don't you get about it? Fuck's sake, man, you're amateur.
Split. Right down the center.
I wanna fucking kick your fucking ass. You know, shut up.
Now you wanna get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Seriously, man, you and me, we're fucking done professionally.